me set the stage. So May 13th, I had a show at the Apollo in Harlem, New York, and while on stage, I said that Lee Daniels, Tyler Perry, and Oprah Winfrey could suck my dick if I had one.
Oh.
That's what I said, Daddy. Okay. E-I-E-I-O. And then we got a call from Mr. Tyler Perry.
We got it.
He gave us a call on was it Friday? Last Friday?
Yes, ma'am.
It was last Friday. He called us up, and he was in the Bahamas with his baby, and we want to talk to y'all about that conversation.
Yes, we did.
Because there was some people saying, how could Monique say anything?
Well, and also speak to that may be originated on stage, but then you shared some of your information as to what happened on the phone call on stage last weekend too. So you can start, because this is really where, oftentimes when you hear comedians be comedians, there is truth mixed with some exaggeration oftentimes, and what this is allowing us to allow folks to separate what is real from what is not, and to understand everything that she's saying is essentially real, as she'll explain and will explain.
Well, after we got the call that Friday.
And also, hello, brother, Richard Pryor Jr.
Hey, Richard Pryor, baby. So after we got the call that Friday, he was saying some things on the phone that allowed me to say to him, I want you to know, brother, I'm going to put this on stage tomorrow night. I'm going to tell them what you're saying. And he said, that's fine with me. I said, because what I don't want to do is catch you off guard.
Right.
And if you think I said some shit last Saturday, well, I'm really getting ready to say some shit this Saturday based on our phone call.
Yes.
So this is what this topic is about today.
Yes.
Is the phone call.
Is the phone call.
Come on, Daddy.
Which started off with a number kept coming up on my phone while we were in the midst of some other things. And it kept coming up and coming up as if this person had to reach me. I did not recognize the number, but when it keeps coming up, something says, okay, it's time that you must pick up despite what it is that you are doing. And I picked the phone up, and it was the voice of Tyler Perry. Hello? This is Tyler Perry. He had first sent me a text and says, I don't know if this is the right number. And I looked at that like, I don't know who the hell this is. so I don't know what to tell you. Mm-hmm. And then when I talked to him, he said, I sent you a text saying I didn't know who, if this number was right. And I'm like, well, I don't just know that somehow this is your number, but it's the right number. And he reached out. And again, I want to start off first and foremost by saying he reached out and he didn't have to. He was in the Bahamas. He could have been eating some conch.
Come on.
Drinking a Mai Tai. Something.
Doing something.
But he has a conscience, obviously, and he utilized it to some degree to place a call to Monique and I.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. You want me to?
Baby, you should be right there with me.
So when he called and Sid answers the phone, I'm right there, of course, and we put it on speaker so we can both, have the conversation with him. And the first thing he says is, oh my God, I watched the podcast and I saw so much pain. I saw so much hurt. And I said, brother, before we start playing this game, what you saw is honesty. What you're seeing is somebody, and you're seeing folks saying, we're not willing to lie. You're seeing honesty. So let's get past all this pain and hurt that you think you're seeing. Then he says, and I'm going to tell you right now, from the bottom of my heart, I would never want to do anything to hurt you. I would never want to see anything wrong. I think you are brilliantly talented. And to see this thing going on, what do we do to stop it?
And at that point, we shared with him what you could do to stop it is tell the truth about the situation. And he's like, well, how's that? And at that point, Monique began to share with him where she had her problem with Tyler to start off with. And it was with David Talbert, where he saw David in Los Angeles and pulled David up and asked him how was his experiences with Monique on Almost Christmas. And he said that because his experiences with Monique didn't go so well. And David says, oh, that wasn't my experience. It was incredible. I had a great time. She was a pro at what she did. Oh, okay. I'm glad to hear that because that wasn't my experience. And he says to us, Tyler confirmed this, but then says, because that wasn't my experience with the movie. So we then said to Tyler, well, let me ask you a question, because when you lump Monique in with the movie, that sounds a little bit different from you saying you have a problem with Monique, and then he shared with us, well, his problem stemmed from, number one, when he took the movie to Lionsgate, he wanted to get behind it with Oprah because it wasn't getting traction just with Lee Daniels alone. So in getting behind it, he thought the price that he was told that they would be able to purchase it for, when he went to purchase it, it was several $1 million more. So he was frustrated about that. Then he hit Lee Daniels, and they were going back and forth, which we had shared with you last week, how Lee had called us up to say how he hated Brother Tyler because he is trying to steal, as he put it so eloquently, my motherfucking movie.
Come on.
Okay. Then Brother Tyler had called and said nothing as harsh, but he said, I can't stand Lee, but I have to admit that he's talented in the midst of conversations. So then Tyler shared that by the time he got to Monique and the not promoting the movie, he was fed up. So it didn't matter to him why she didn't do it. What mattered to him was he was trying to form this relationship with Lionsgate. This was something that he took to them. And now the movie cost more than he expected. And the relationship he was having with Lee was going awry. And now you're not promoting the movie. Now, at that point, we said, well, you just named three things. And two-thirds of the three things that you spoke about have absolutely to do with Monique as it pertains to your frustration. So the first thing is you got to compartmentalize where your frustrations lie. And number one, it was with the price that you paid for the movie, which was based upon your interaction with Lee, because it was his movie. And also your actual interaction that you owning with Lee, that you were having your difficulties. The specifics of that, I don't know, because all we heard was the hatred that was spewed, not the specifics as to why. And then thirdly, Monique not wanting to promote a movie that she was not contractually obligated to do. The question we asked him was, at that point, if she's not contractually obligated to do it, how do you really have a problem with her?
And then he said, I don't. And here's where it gets tricky, y'all. Not tricky. Here's where, and see again, a lot of people are saying, why does Monique have her husband there? Why has he got something to say? And then there are more people saying, we honor the fact that a man is right there with her and holding her down because they're telling the truth. So there's points in this conversation where Tyler Perry was trying to play the billionaire. And there were times in the conversation where Tyler Perry started getting frustrated because he knew if he answered the questions, what it would make him look like. So there were times he was trying to pull his dick out and play, don't y'all know how much money I have? Look, hold up. I didn't call y'all for all this. I just called and I had to say, nigga, back down. You called here. So what I'm going to ask you to do is put Medea on the phone. Because if I can speak to the real bitch in the room, Tyler Perry is fucking this up. But Medea, can she come to the conference room? Because she going to give it to you straight. And to that brother's credit, he put Medea on the phone. And he said, Monique, this is Medea. And I want you to know right up front, I don't to shoot that nigga. I don't want you to kill him. I want you to shoot him in his ass because you know that nigga is fucked up. And I need you to tell him why y'all doing that baby like that. Why y'all doing that baby like that? And then I said, Tyler, the reason why you don't want to fuck with me, and y'all, these are my words. This is how I talk. People say I'm a loudmouth, bitch. I'm a buy it. I am. It's the spirit I came in here with. God damn it. I said to Tyler, I said, the reason why you don't want to fuck with me, brother, is because that day in your dressing room in Vegas at the Hoodie Awards, when you summoned all your people to leave, but I asked my security to stay because I'm from Baltimore, nigga. Let me have somebody else in the room so we can hear what's going on. And you said to me, if you get nominated, your next movie is between $3 to $5 million. If you win it, your next film is 6 to 8. I said, nigga, that's why you ain't called on me, because you know I know the words you said. And you know, and then he said, well, when I really found out, I was shocked to know what the numbers were. I was shocked. I said, nigga, I told you in Vegas when you was running the numbers down to me, I said, Tyler, you talking to a black woman. So why you trying to run the numbers down to me? Me and you both know what this is. Then he went on to say how shocked he was to know what the numbers really are. And y'all, this is the part that when people say, Monique, just need to be quiet, I can't back down. We can't and we won't, because these are the words coming out of this brother's mouth. When he says, I was shocked to know what your quotes are. I was shocked to know what Taraji P. Henson's quote is and what Octavia's quote is. I was shocked to know how low their quotes are. I then said, well, Tyler, you're in the position to pay us fairly. See, the quotes you gave us, they were right, but that's what our white sisters are getting. So now you're in the position to pay us fairly. See, Taraji P. Henson, in my humble opinion, she should be the highest paid in Hollywood. She broke records, or one of them, because this sister broke records around the world. And then what Tyler Perry said was, I'm paying Taraji more than she's ever made. And then I said, but are you paying her fairly?
You gonna stop like that?
Okay, Daddy, but okay.
You gonna tap me on the shoulder and shit? You gonna hand me the baton?
Because what we're dealing with, in my humble opinion, is somebody saying, I don't have to pay you fairly. I'm gonna just pay you a little more.
And at the same time, he didn't say specifically, but he didn't say it was fair. So then when we travel back into the road of where the problem arose with Monique and you, for you to say what you said today, because even in the conversation that we had, there was a lot of laughter that was transpiring in it. See,
yes.
We've never had any contentious conversations with Tyler Perry. And I said, when you say it was difficult, how do you say that when we've always been nothing but cordial with one another? Because you're not going to bring Medea into the conversation and keep a straight face.
Right.
You're not going to keep a straight face, but it's part of, because all of this has blown up based upon Monique doing a comedy routine. Let's say it again, a comedy routine. I'm going to say it again, a comedy routine.
Say it one more time,
whereby
Daddy.
A comedy routine whereby she said something to individuals who mere mortals look at them as being more than mere mortals, but they don't understand what they are as talented people in the world of entertainment, not gods. So we had to love them enough to have a conversation with, in this particular situation, Tyler. Now, what I would pose to everyone out there is this. No matter what your faith is, no matter what your belief is, when would you say that when you acknowledge something is wrong and you acknowledge the truth, when would you say the best time to tell the truth was? Do you tell it later or do you tell it now? I'm interested in seeing people's response. Do you tell it later or do you tell it now? Because as we said to Brother Tyler, there's a level of power that words have. They're so powerful and you're so powerful. We saw you give T.D. Jakes $1 million.
Come on.
We saw you touch him on the top of his head.
That's what he did.
We saw him start looking like Raiden from Tekken back in 3 had touched him and electrocuted him. So that's that Holy Ghost power. Okay? You got a lot of power. So if you got that type of power, okay, to touch a man that they say is supposed to be anointed and you backing him up, anoint the world with the truth, my brother. Because what he shared with us when we posed the question of, Brother Tyler, if we put you in the position of Monique, because he asked us to see his side. How would you feel if you got a movie, it cost more than you expected that you bought, then you have a problem with that movie's owner, director, if you will, and then the person who's supposed to promote it doesn't want to promote it? And I said, well, let's be in your shoes. I can see where your frustrations would lie, where you were told that you were going to purchase something for less than what you expected, and it ended up being more. I can see your frustrations with being upset with someone who you directly know what you're upset with them about based upon your interaction. But then it would intrigue me as to why you wouldn't listen to the words of someone who's telling you, but Tyler, I don't need to campaign for an Academy Award, and you want me to travel to campaign for an award because you believe it's going to get me $3 to $5 million if I'm nominated, and you believe it's going to get me 6 to 8. And he said in the midst of that, I still believe that it would have if you had played by whose rules? Their rules, he said. Because he says, I'm out of the box in the way that I think. And I said, there's nothing out of the box by playing by someone else's rules when it's not fair. But to our point, how would you feel if you were labeled as difficult for not doing something that you were contractually obligated to do? And he said, well, I would think it was wrong. I said, well, how would the world look at Monique if she said that Tyler Perry, Lee Daniels, Oprah Winfrey, and Lionsgate were difficult because they didn't do her and wouldn't do her a favor that they were not contractually obligated to do? Would she be wrong for saying that they were difficult, or would she be right? He said she would be wrong. So at that point we said, well, what's the difference between Monique and you? How come you think it's wrong if it's happening to you, but you don't acknowledge that it's wrong when it's happening to her? And at that point he says, well, what do you want me to do? And we said, what we want you to do is to answer the question. And he said, well, I just said it. It was wrong. It would be wrong. Okay. So now you're saying it would be wrong to call her difficult for her not promoting something that she wasn't contractually obligated to do? Yes. So the next question was, well, at what point do you tell the world that truth? And his reply was, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, but not right now. And we said, why not right now? And what did he say?
I have to wait until my movie comes out.
Because?
It's too hot out there right now. Y'all got it hot out there. And here come my old filthy mouth daddy. That's when I said, nigga, say it was like you acting like we moving cocaine or something, nigga. What do you mean it's too hot out there? It's the truth. And I want to say this to y'all too. My husband said to Tyler Perry, brother, you've admitted that you were wrong. You've admitted that she got played unfairly. And we're telling you, you're going to let this sister keep drowning? You're going to let her keep drowning? Y'all, we said you're going to let our family keep taking a hit because we let Tyler Perry know. And ain't no shame in our game. We let him know we took a hit behind this, man. So when people say, oh, Monique, why you still talking about it? Because her goddamn name was Hattie McDaniel. And she took a hit and she was never able to rebound because a black man shut her down. Because he wouldn't stand up and say the truth about her. So we're not going to keep reliving the same shit over and over and over again. After we let this brother know, Tyler, we've taken a financial hit over a lie that y'all put out there that y'all know is not true. And that cat said, I'll say something when my movie come out. but you can touch T.D. Jakes on the head and make his ass go back with the Holy Ghost. What would Jesus do?
What would Jesus do? Is now the time, and I keep seeing people says Tyler wants you to call him on air. This is what Tyler, the number's 404-832-2963. We'll pick it up, and you can call, and you can free yourself and let the people know, because at the end of the day, this is what folks are texting. He wants us to call him. 404-832-2963. We'll pick up. Because when people ask, why are you doing this? Because what happens is, why would you penalize individuals who deserve to know the truth and deserve to speak the truth? Because now they get a chance to exhibit the redeemable qualities that they put in the characters that they play and write about. See, by being a person who is party to watching someone sink, that's human. But to apologize for it, that's what makes you the man and the woman. Let's go to the lines to see who's here.
Hey, Tyler. Hey, this is Monique and Sydney. You on with Monique and Sydney?
Hello, is Tyler Perry really online?
Okay, baby. We're going to take your call a little later. Thanks for calling here. Now, see, y'all, listen. Listen, goddamn it. Now, I done said it on stage before the BET Awards. That's why we got to take our goddamn birth control pills. We must do it. We must do it. And if you miss a day, goddamn it, eat the paper. Eat the plastic. So we can be in tune to what's being said.
Let's see.
And before we... Okay, let's go to the line. Let's go to the line.
Hello, this is Regina calling from Detroit.
Hey, Regina, how you doing, baby? We trying to keep the line free, Regina.
We don't know if that's real or not. Say what you got to say,
Talk to
Regina.
us, Dick.
Oh, you had to know I was going to call. I've been watching this for a couple of days. Don't you dare trust him. Anytime a man doesn't know that he's a man and trying to figure out what side he wants to flip on, he cannot be trusted. And hell yes, I'd catch the Holy Ghost too if somebody threw $1 million. The Holy Ghost, baby. Carla, you've been speaking the truth up till now, so I'm just too mad.
You know what, Regina? Don't be mad, baby. Don't be mad. We're asking folks not be mad. Let's just right now take a stand.
And
How can I not be mad? You had me in tears the other day. This is so outrageous. If black people do not boycott these clowns,
we appreciate you
I
coming.
will never again see another Tyler Perry production. I will change the channel if it's Oprah, and I don't have to watch Empire because it's too damn ghetto for me anyway.
Regina, that's why we love you, baby. Thanks for calling, Mama. Now listen, just so that we clear, I say keep supporting. I say keep supporting.